Thanks for tuning into Heavy, where we bring you the latest interviews with local, national, and international artists. Today's victim is...
Yeah, I'm Tom Reyes. I play guitar in a band called I Am from Dallas, Texas. And yeah, that's pretty much that.
I Am are set to release your new album, Eternal Steel, on September the 9th, mate. So can you tell us a bit about the album musically and what you were going for with it?
Musically, we're just kind of wanting to, we say this a lot, but kind of wanting to expand on what we did with Hard to Kill as far as that sound that we were starting to carve out and just kind of take those good elements to the extreme, as far as the fast parts being faster, heavy parts being heavier, just kind of like do what we did well, but expand on that. There wasn't really any set or strict rules for like what we needed to sound like, because there are like some experimental songs that don't really sound quite like stuff we've done before, but so we were just kind of just doing what we felt sounded good, what was fun to us and what was interesting to us. So yeah, that's kind of, it's really hard to think of like genre or specific words for it, but yeah, that's kind of the idea behind what we were doing.
Cool. And you've released the singles The Iron Gate and Surrender to the Blade off the album so far. So would you say they're a good sonic representation of the album as a whole?
I think we chose those two in particular because the Iron Gate's a bit different than what we used or what we sound like up to this point. It's not in a higher tuning, but it sounds a bit higher because we're using higher key on the guitar, and then like Surrender to the Blade is a bit more what our fans would be used to hearing, heavy and slow. So yeah, I think it's a good representation as far as like new, and then we still didn't like abandon like our roots or anything. It's kind of like a balanced feel. So yeah, I think those two songs together are like a good representation of the album. There are like some like left hooks and curveballs in the album, but those two for sure I think are a good overall representation.
Yeah. And there's a beautiful quote in the press release that said the album channels discontent and anger into empowering anthems. Like, I know you guys didn't write it, but do you agree with that?
Oh, definitely. I think me and our singer Andrew were talking like for the last album that we did, Hard to Kill, and we were just like talking about lyrics and stuff. And yeah, that's one thing that he does really well, I think, is a lot of metal is probably like angry or whatever and all that, which is good. But I think he kind of does channel that into like empowering lyrics or themes, about just like overcoming whatever you might be going through or different obstacles in life. So yeah, I think that kind of like positive anthems or just like kind of like that kind of idea is kind of cool, and I think he does that really well.
Yeah. And the press release also references your music to bands like early Sepultura and Morbid Angel, which is a pretty massive compliment.
Right. Yeah, that's huge. But yeah, I mean, I think I can see that because for me personally, like Sepultura, I love that they're like thrash and death metal, especially in their early albums. Like I just love that Beneath the Remains and all that. But yeah, no, that's crazy to be likened to that sort of band.
It's put a lot of pressure on you going forward.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Oh, yeah. And I'm the same as you, mate. Like, I don't like putting labels on music because I think it just defines it too much. But you guys have been referred to as Texas death metal, which is kind of cool. I'll take
Right. Yeah, that's I think when we early on, like I think even before I joined the band, when there was like just like an EP or something, they kind of coined that term like Texas death, just because we've been referred to as deathcore, death metal, or whatever metalcore, just all the different stuff. And we're just like, well, let's just drop the second part and just Texas death, let's just leave it at that, and then that'll be our sound, or whatever we decide Texas death is will be like our sound, so that's kind of how
it's more fitting, because like I say, I don't like all the genres labels and stuff, but I was reading that and I got a picture in my head of what you probably sound like, and it
right.
was pretty good. So it's a good description.
Nice. Yeah.
When you release Eternal Steel, you're going to be going through the usual platforms, of course, but you also release it on cassette as well. Like, what's the thought behind on that?
Yeah, we just kind of wanted to yeah, I mean, cassette tapes just like old school, like little like keepsakes kind of, I'm not sure if anyone's gonna pop it in like a old school machine or anything like that, or 8-track or whatever, but yeah, I mean, I think stuff like that's cool, just different items, I would want one from like a band I'm listening to if they had that available, you know. So that's
There's
kind
a bit
of
of nostalgia to it as well, doesn't it?
yeah, definitely.
Mm. So I am have a reputation for insane live shows, mate. So run us through a typical I am show, if there really is such thing as a typical one.
Hot and sweaty, I guess. Yeah, we kind of don't really have a whole lot of breaks in the set. You know, we like to keep it fast paced. You know, of course we need time to breathe and like a water break or whatever, but we try to, you know, keep the momentum going, have a good flow for this set. So yeah, we just kind of want to bring a show that just like kicks ass and, you know, something that everyone in the room can like nod their head to, like get into, you know, just something crazy. We try to just, you know, bring everything we got whenever we play, just make it as exciting as possible for everyone.
Oh, and people in Australia are going to get a chance to see that for themselves soon, because he headed to
Yeah.
Australia very soon for a run of shows supporting Thy Artist's Murder from September 7th to September 11th. That sounds like it's going to be fun.
Oh man, yeah, we can't wait for that because we ended up getting on that pretty recently, I think, just because Thy Artist's Murder, they brought us out to Europe for the first time, and so that was the first time we'd been on tour with them and hung out with the guys and all that, and they that was already a huge opportunity that they took us there, you know, and then they're taking us to where they're from. So it's just mad love and respect to those guys for, you know, putting us on the map in different areas that we haven't been to, you know, so we can't wait, especially it being their, where they're from. It's going to be, I feel like it's going to be killer, you know, and the package is nuts. Like all those bands kick ass. So it's going to be, it's going to be insane.
It's going to be insane in the mosh pit. You got yourselves and Thy Art, Carnifex, Malevolence, and
Right.
Human Target. So it's going to be pretty dangerous in there.
Oh yeah, I can't wait for it, man.
Have you guys been here before?
No, this will be our first time. So
Wow.
yeah, we're insanely excited. I've heard great things from like other bands, like, you know, our friends in Kubla Khan have been there and said it was awesome. And oh yeah, I've never heard bad things about Australia. So I can't wait, man. It's gonna be, yeah, I definitely think it's gonna be badass.
So the Thy Art boys giving you a bit of advice on what to do and what not to do, and who to stay away from and not who to stay away from.
We haven't heard too much of that yet, but I'm sure once we get there, we'll chat and get the rundown on the situation. What's that?
Half the fun's finding out for yourself.
Yeah, honestly, yeah. So that'll be a blast.
Looking through the shows though, bro, you got 5 shows in 5 days. So somebody doesn't like you guys very much. There's no room for a break there.
Right. Yeah. I mean, it's gonna be a quick one, but I mean, I'm just happy to be over there. You know, I don't even know how far those cities are apart from each other. I'm just,
You're not going to be walking. You're not walking. I'll put it that way.
Right. Yeah. I heard one of my friends said, "Oh, so you're going all over," and I was like, "I have no idea. We just gonna show up and play, you know."
Actually, yeah, you're going Perth, Adelaide, Melbourne, Sydney, and then Brisbane. Like, yeah, you're going from one side of the country to the other pretty much. You're doing a good run.
Okay, good. Yeah, covering all the territory there. So
yeah, but what he's up to for the rest of 2022 and beyond? You got any more tours?
we're working on we're trying to put one together, just a short headliner. We haven't announced it yet or anything like that, but and then after that, or towards the end of that tour, we're doing that Act Like You Know Fest with Scal, Spy, and a bunch of cool bands from the Dallas Fort Worth area and from all over actually. So yeah, that fest is going to be in Oklahoma. So that's our plans for, you know, shows and tours in 2022, and then we have some stuff coming up next year. So yeah, it's all looking really exciting. So yeah, we can't wait.
Beautiful. All right, Tom. Well, thanks for your time today, mate. Eternal Steel is out on September the 9th, and you guys are here 2 days before that. So it's going to be a big party.
Oh yeah, we're definitely gonna have a good time on September 9th. So yeah.
All right, brother. Thanks for your time today, mate. Have a good one.
All right, you too, man.
See you later.
Take it easy. Bye.